welcome to today's video lecture. In today's video lecture, I'll be solving previous year's NEET questions and discussing the answers. And this for the chapter Animal Kingdom, and we are in part 3 of the series. So if you haven't checked out part 1 and 2, please do so. The links will be there in the description box below. Alright, so let's begin. Okay, question number 1. Sharks and dogfishes differ from skates and rays because this appeared in the Karnataka NEET 2013. Okay, so how does sharks and dogfishes differ from skates and rays? The gill slits are ventrally placed. No. Head and trunk are widened considerably. For sharks and dogfishes, no. So they don't differ like that. Distinct demarcation between body and tail, no. Their pectoral fins distinctly marked off from cylindrical bodies. Yes, that's correct. Okay. The answer is D. So please read the question carefully. It says sharks and dogfishes differ from skates and rays, not skates and rays differ from sharks and dogfishes. Okay, so the language is important. So yeah, I would suggest that you please read the question carefully and then choose the option that is correct. Okay, let's go to the discussion. So yeah, pectoral fins are the fins that are on the side of the head. Okay, so this is the fish. Yeah, so you see the pectoral fins are here. Okay, so this is the pectoral fin. Okay, they're on either side. Okay, situated behind the head on the sides. Okay, so there's a pair of pectoral fins. Okay, and they are distinctly marked off in sharks and dogfishes as compared to skates and rays. Now if you look at the structure of a stingray, it's like a diamond shape. Okay, so it is the fin is more or less attached to the main body. Okay, if you have the eyes here, the fin is attached to the main body. It's not distinctly marked off. Okay, so there's a difference here. You can see clear distinction between the body and the fin. Okay, so that is why the pectoral fins are distinctly marked off in sharks and dogfishes as compared to skates and rays. Okay, so that's the right answer. If we go back to the question, I think A, B and C are clearly wrong. So yeah, D is the right answer. Alright, let's move on. Question number 2. In which one of the following the genus name, its 2 characters and its phylum are not correctly matched, whereas the remaining 3 are correct? This appeared in 2012, in case you can't see. Alright, so you have to find the one that is not correctly matched, whereas the remaining 3 are correct. Okay, so Pila body segmented mollusk, mouth with radula. But mollusks are not segmented, they are unsegmented. So yeah, these 2 characters phylum are not correctly matched. So that is A. Let's look at the other one. Asterias is echinodermata, yes. Spiny skinned and water vascular system, yes. The Cycon is a porifera, pore bearing porifera, canal system, yes, that's correct. Periplaneta, jointed appendages, arthropoda, chitinous skeleton, yes, that's correct. So this phylum are not correctly matched. That's answer A. Okay, so yep, here you have a diagram of what pila looks like. It's a mollusk. It has an unsegmented body. This should have been in italics. Sorry about that. Yeah, I guess we've answered the question though. And radula is present and is used for feeding. Okay, so it has a teeth-like structure, and that is used for it's like a feeding organ that is used to take up food. I think I've already explained this in the previous lecture also, part 2, that is. Okay, so yeah, let's move on. Alright, so question number 3. Which one of the following pairs of animals are similar to each other pertaining to the features stated against them? This appeared in means 2012. Alright, so you have A, Pteropus and Ornithorhynchus viviparity. No, that's incorrect. Garden lizard and crocodile, 3-chambered heart. No, that's incorrect. Ascaris and Ancyclostoma, metametic segmentation. No, that's incorrect. Seahorse and flying fish, cold-blooded. Yes, that's correct. Answer is D. Okay, so the answer is D. All right, so this is the discussion. I've stated why the other options were wrong because we know what the correct option is, right? So Pteropus is a viviparous mammal and Ornithorhynchus is an oviparous mammal. So that's the difference. Garden lizard has a three-chambered heart and crocodile has a four-chambered heart. Okay, please remember this. Now, Ascaris and Encyclostoma are nematodes. Okay, and they do not have segmentation. Okay, they're not segmented animals. All right, so I've already stated the incorrect options and put the correct option and then why stating why they are wrong. All right, you can go back and see that the correct option here is D. Okay. All right, let's move on. Question number 4. Which one of the following categories of animals is correctly described with no single exception in it? Okay, means 2012, so it has to have no single exception in it. A. All reptiles possess scales, have a three-chambered heart, and are cold-blooded. Oh, that's incorrect. All bony fishes have four pairs of gills and an operculum on each side. Okay, yeah. All sponges are marine and have collared cells. No, not necessary. All mammals are viviparous and possess diaphragm for breathing. No, that's also incorrect. So the correct option is B. Okay. So again over here I've stated why the other options were incorrect. Okay, so you see reptiles, yeah, they have scales on their body, they have dry skin, but the crocodiles have a four-chambered heart. Okay, they don't have three-chambered heart. A spongilla is a fresh water sponge. Okay, not all sponges are poriferans, that is, are marine. Okay, so this spongilla is a freshwater sponge, and platypus is an oviparous mammal. Okay, it's not a viviparous mammal, it's an exception. So the question said no single exception, which was answer B. So all bony fishes have four pairs of gills and an operculum on each side. Clear? Let's move on. Question number 5. What will you look for to identify the sex of the following? Okay, this appeared in the year 2011. A. Female ascaris sharply curved posterior end. No, that's incorrect. Male frog, a copulatory pad on the first digit of the hind limb. No, that's incorrect. Female cockroach and an anal cerci. No, because male cockroaches also have that. D. Male shark claspers born on pelvic fins. That is correct. Answer is D. Okay, so male sharks, to identify the sex, whether it's male or female, male sharks have claspers on their pelvic fins. Alright. So yeah, I've again stated here why the other options were incorrect. Okay, so the male ascaris, to identify a male ascaris, they have sharply curved posterior end, whereas the female has a straight posterior end. Okay, so the difference between the two. In frogs, the copulatory pad is present on the forelimb of the male frog, not the hind limb. So that's the correct statement here. Now, anal cerci is present both male and female cockroaches, but to distinct between male and female cockroaches, that anal styles, also known as caudal styles, is present in male cockroaches. Okay, so that's the difference. If there are anal cerci, it's present both male and female, but to identify distinctly, obviously the structure of the female cockroach is different and for the male cockroach is different, but there are some appendages sticking out from the bottom, okay, from the last segment, abdominal segment, and that is anal style is present in male cockroaches. Okay, so again over here I've stated why the incorrect statements, the options were incorrect, and I've put the correct statement there. All right, let's move on. Okay, question number 6. Which one of the following groups of animals is correctly matched with its characteristic feature without any exception? Again, it says without any exceptions. Appear in 2011. A. Reptilia possesses three-chambered heart with an incompletely divided ventricle. No, that's not always true. Chordata possesses a mouth with an upper and lower jaw. No, that's also not always true. Chondriictus possesses cartilaginous endoskeleton. Yes. Mammalia give birth to young ones. Not always. So the correct option is C. Okay, so crocodiles have a four-chambered heart. Again, I've done the same thing. I've just taken the incorrect statements and put the correct statements and why they are incorrect. Agnetas are chordates. That means they come under the division of vertebrae actually. Okay, such as petromyzin, they do not have jaws. Okay, so petromyzin is a cyclostomata, and they do not have jaws. Okay. Yep, let me just get rid of this. Okay, platypus is a mammal and it is oviparous. Okay, so they, if you notice that there's a trend here, they've asked many questions related to reptiles, and they want to know whether you understand the crocodiles as a reptile, but it has a four-chambered heart. Also, mammal, there's an exception that platypus is oviparous. Okay, please remember that, but this has also appeared over and over again. Okay, so yep, clear. I think I've answered the question. Now, chondriictus, for example, sharks, stingrays, yeah, they possess cartilaginous endoskeleton. Chondri comes from, it's easy to remember. Ichthys is fish, okay, and chondri is cartilage. All right. All right, let's move on. Question number 7. In which one of the following the genus name, its two characters, and its class or phylum are correctly matched? Okay, this appeared in 2011. Ascaris, body segment in males and females, distinct annelida. No, that's incorrect. Salamandra, a tympanum, represents ear. Fertilization is external, amphibia. Okay, so salamandra is an amphibian. That's correct. So tympanum represents ear. Fertilization is actually internal. Fertilization is not external in salamander. Okay, C. Pteropus, skin possesses hair. Oviparous mammalia. No, that's incorrect. Aurelia is nidoblast. Organ level of organization. Coelenterata. No, that's incorrect. It's tissue level of organization. So if you notice here, all the options are incorrect actually. So there is no correct answer in this. Sorry about that, I guess. For salamandra, also fertilization is internal. It's not external. Okay. Although the development happens externally, but the fertilization happens internally. Okay. So yeah, Ascaris is a nematode. Its body is not segmented. Fertilization salamandra is internal. Pteropus is viviparous, and Aurelia exhibits tissue level organization. Okay. So I basically have given the correct statements over here. All right. Let's move on. Question number 8. Which one of the following statements is totally wrong about the occurrence of notochord while the other three are correct? Okay, this appeared in Mains 2011. It is present only in larval tail in Ascidian. That's a Urochordata. Yep. So you have to find the one that is totally wrong. It is replaced by vertebral column in adult frog. Yes, it is absent throughout life in humans from the very beginning. No, that's actually incorrect. It is present throughout life in Amphioxus. Yes, that's correct. That's cephalochordata, right? So the answer is C. It is present during the embryo development period. Okay, the notochord is present there. So yeah, during the embryonic developmental stage, we have notochord changes into the vertebral column during the development. Okay, that's how humans are also vertebrates. Okay, but the presence of notochord is a very, very important feature that we see in chordates. All right, I guess we've answered the question. This is a good question. Let's move on. Okay, question number 9. The figures A to D show 4 animals. Okay, select the correct option with respect to a common characteristic of 2 of these animals. All right, this appeared in mains 2011. So you have the structure, the diagrams of different animals, 4 different animals. And you have option A. A and D respire mainly through body wall. So you have A and you have D. No, that's incorrect. B and C show radial symmetry. It's B, but C is not radial symmetry. It's going to A and B have nidoblast for self-defense. A and B, no, that's incorrect. C and D have true coelom. C and D, yes, that's correct actually. So the answer is B. Okay, so this is what tapeworm. This is jellyfish. This is scorpion. This is an octopus. All right, so yeah, C and D have true coelom. Obviously, A, B, and C were incorrect. Now let's go to the discussion. So yeah, octopus and scorpion have true coelom. We know that. Tania is a, sorry about that, it's a flat worm and can breathe through its body wall. Okay, and that's the Tania, that the first diagram that we saw. Scorpion respire through their booked lungs. Okay. Aurelia, that is jellyfish, have nidoplast for self-defense and exhibit radial symmetry. And octopus exhibit bilateral symmetry. Okay, so I basically stated why the other options were incorrect. We know what the correct option is, right? But I've stated why the other options were incorrect. All right, I guess I've answered the question. Yep. Let's move on. Question number 10. One example of animals having a single opening to the outside that serves both as mouth as well as anus is, and this appeared in 2010. You have A. Octopus, B. Asterius, C. Ascidia, and D. Fasciola. Fasciola, whichever way you pronounce it. Okay, so octopus they have a mouth and an anus, so that's incorrect. Asterius is starfish. They also have a mouth and an anus, so that's incorrect. Ascidia is Urochordata. They also have that, so that's incorrect. And it's Fasciola, which is liver fluke. They don't have that. They have a single opening which behaves as a mouth and an anus. So the answer is D. Okay, it's a platyhelminthes and have a single opening that serves as both mouth and anus. Okay, so usually this kind of arrangement in a body is called a blind sac body plan. Okay, blind sac body plan is when the mouth, this is one opening and that serves as both the mouth and an anus. Okay, the structure inside appears like a sac and there's only one opening here. It's not like a tube within a tube, like, you know, for example, human beings, we have an alimentary canal, right? So we have a mouth and there's a tube that behaves like an alimentary canal and it goes right down to the anus. Okay, so there's a mouth and there's an anus. Okay, so this is tube within a tube. And this is a blind sac body plan. Okay, so this has single opening over here. All right, so yeah, in the case of platyhelminthes, they have a single opening that serves as both mouth and anus. All right, yes, I've answered the question. Let's move on. Question number 11. Which one of the following statements about all the four of spongilla, leech, dolphin and penguin is correct? This appeared in 2010. Okay, penguin is homeothermic while the remaining three are poikilothermic. No, that's incorrect. Because spongilla doesn't have blood, so we can't categorize that as poikilothermic. Leech is freshwater form while all others are marine. Sorry about that. I don't know why is this behaving. I don't know what happened to this. Okay, leech is a freshwater form while all others are marine. No, spongilla is also a freshwater sponge. So that's incorrect. Spongilla has special collared cells called guanocytes not found in the remaining three. That's actually correct. So C could be the right answer. All are bilaterally symmetrical. Oh, Spongilla is not bilaterally symmetrical. So D is incorrect. The answer is C. All right, let's go to the discussion. So yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with this diagram. You can see this is what the transverse section of a sponge looks like, and they have guanocytes. So here, this is the guanocytes, the flagellated cells. Okay, and it's a freshwater porphyrin and has flagellated cells. Cells, guanocytes, or collar cells. Oh, this should have been called sorry, cells called guanocytes or collar cells. Okay, clear? Let's move on then. Question number 12. In which one of the following organisms its excretory organs are correctly stated? This appeared in the year mains 2010. A. Humans, kidneys, sebaceous glands, and tear glands. Excretory organ for humans primarily is kidneys. Sebaceous gland also behaves as an accessory because it's part of the skin, but tear gland is not an excretory organ. So yeah, that's incorrect. Earthworm, pharyngeal, integumentary, and septal nephridia. Yes, that's correct. Cockroach, malpighian tubules, and enteric CK. No, that's incorrect. Frog, kidneys, skin and buccal epithelium. No, that's incorrect. Skin and buccal epithelium don't form part of the excretory organs. Answer is B. Yep. So, septal, integumentary, and pharyngeal nephridia. Please go and watch my lecture on, as in the previous year's NEET questions, where I've explained earthworm there on structural organization and animals. You'll find that in the channel. You can, I've explained earthworm, cockroaches, frog over there. Okay, so yeah, the excretory organ of earthworm are septal, integumentary, and pharyngeal nephridia. They're collectively called nephridia, and they're septal, they're integumentary, and they're pharyngeal. Okay, so yeah, that's the right answer. Kidneys are the excretory organ in humans, yes. Malpighian tubules are excretory organs in cockroaches. Now, kidneys are the main organs. Then there is skin also, which behaves as an excretory organ, like sebaceous gland and sweat glands are present there. But tear glands do not behave as excretory organs. And kidneys are excretory organs in frogs. Okay. Yep. So I've answered the question. If we go back. Yep. Let's move on. Question number 13. Crocodile and penguin are similar to whale and dogfish in which one of the following features? This appeared in mains 2010. A possesses solid single stranded CNS. Okay. No. Lays eggs and guard them till they hatch. No, not really. Possess bony skeleton. No. Have gill slits at some stage. Yes, that's correct. Those all of them are chordates. So they have gill slits at some stage. So gill slits, presence of gill slits is also another feature of chordates. Alright, A, B, and C are incorrect. So crocodiles, penguins, dogfish, and whale are chordates and hence have had gill slits at the development stage. So again, gill slits, notochord, they are all features of chordates. Pharyngeal gill slits. Okay, they're all features of notochords. CNS is it's actually hollow single. So yeah, that's incorrect. And also dorsal. Okay, so let's move on. Question number 14. Which one of the following pairs of animals comprises jawless fish? This appeared in 2009. Mackerels and rohu? No. Lampreys and hagfishes? Yes. Guppies and hagfish? No. Lampreys and eels? No. It's lampreys and hagfish. That's spectromyzon and myxin. So is yep. So lampreys and hagfish is the common name. Belong to the class Cyclostomata and are jawless fishes. Now what you see here is a diagram of what petromyzon looks like. So you have the gill slits here. They don't have like those paired appendages over here. And yeah, they don't have jaw. They're circular mouth, and they behave like ectoparasites. Okay, they are ectoparasites in some fishes, and they don't have jaws. Okay, so that's a feature. All right, this was pretty direct, simple one. Question number 15. Which one of the following in birds indicates their reptilian ancestry? This appeared in 2008. A. Two special chambers, crop and gizzard in their digestive tract. No, but that doesn't really represent their ancestry. Eggs with calcareous shell. Yeah, but that doesn't indicate reptilian ancestry. Scales on their hind limbs. Yes, that's correct. Four-chambered heart. No, not really. So the answer is C. Let's go to the discussion. So the hind limbs of the birds have scales on them. That's the legs that we see of birds, okay? And they have scales on them and are modified for walking, swimming, or clasping. So the forelimbs have been modified into wings, and the hind limbs are the legs which have been modified for walking, swimming, so on. So these scales that are present in the hind limbs, we also know that skin of reptiles is also dry and scaly, right? So it is an indicator that birds have evolved from reptiles. Okay, so first it was reptiles, and then their hind limbs have been modified. So it represents their reptilian ancestry. Okay, this is a good question actually. Remember this. Okay, so if they have asked you which of the following in birds indicates their reptilian ancestry, that means they have to find some clue in birds which indicates their reptilian ancestry, and that is a scale on their hind limbs. Okay, we know reptiles have a scaly body, and also we see that in birds in their hind limbs. Okay, let's move on. Question number 16. Ascaris is characterized by, this appeared in 2008, A. Presence of true coelom but absence of metamerism. No, it's not true coelom. Presence of true coelom and metamerism. No. Absence of true coelom but presence of metamerism. No. Presence of neither true coelom nor metamerism. That's actually correct, because they are not true coelom. They are pseudocoelomates and they don't exhibit metamerism. Okay, so it's a nematode and has a pseudocoelom and has no metameric segmentation. Okay, please remember these 2 points. Okay. All right. So Ascaris is what we know as roundworm. They're parasites. Yep. All right. Let's move on. Question number 17. Which one of the following groups of 3 animals each is correctly matched with their one characteristic morphological feature? This appeared in 2008. Okay, so you have to find one morphological feature. Scorpion, spider, cockroach, ventral solid central nervous system. Okay, let's move on to the next. Cockroach, locust, Taenia. Metameric segmentation. Taenia does not exhibit that. Liver fluke, sea anemone, sea cucumber, bilateral symmetry. No, definitely no. Centipede, prawn, and sea urchin jointed appendages. No. Sea urchin does not represent that. And cockroach, locust, Taenia, metameric segmentation. No, Taenia does not represent that. So it has to be A. Answer is A. Okay, let's go to the discussion. So Taenia is a flatworm and does not exhibit metameric segmentation. Sea anemone or sea cucumber exhibits radial symmetry. Sea urchin does not have jointed appendages. Scorpion, spider, and cockroach are non-chordates and have a CNS that is ventral, solid, and double. Okay. Yeah, so clearly, yeah, A is the right answer. I have also stated why the other options were incorrect. All right, let's move on. Question number 18. Which one of the following phyla is correctly matched with its two general characteristics? This appeared in 2008. Echinodermata, pentamerous radial symmetry, and mostly internal fertilization. Okay, mollusks normally oviparous and development through trochophore and veliger larva. Correct. Arthropoda body divided into head, thorax, and abdomen, and respiration by trachea. Not always. Chordata, notochord at some stage, and separate anal and urinary openings to the outside. No, that's also not always correct. So D and A also is incorrect. It's external fertilization in echinodermata. So B is the right answer. Okay. So fertilization in echinodermata is external. Mollusks are oviparous and hence they have two kinds of larvae. Uh, trochophore and veliger. Okay, so when you obviously mollusk development is indirect. Okay, so they go through the larva stage. Okay, so there's trochophore larva. Just remember the names, and which then changes into veliger. Okay, so before they turn into adults. Respiratory organs of arthropods, it's not just tracheae. Their book gills, their book lungs, their tracheal system, their gills. Okay, so just not tracheae. Not all chordates have a separate opening for urinary and anal. There is a common opening called cloaca for reproduction, urinary and alimentary canal. And for examples, in amphibians, in frogs, we see cloaca, right? So, yep, that's the case. Not all chordates have that. Fishes have that, reptiles have that. So, yep, it varies. But yeah, to answer the question, yes, option B is the right answer. Okay, let's move on. Question number 19. Which one of the following is not a characteristic of phylum Annelida? Okay, not a characteristic. It's appeared in 2008. Is pseudocoelom, ventral nerve cord, a closed circulatory system, and segmentation? Okay, it is not a characteristic. Annelida, pseudocoelom is not a characteristic. The rest are. So the answer is A. Okay, Annelida are coelomate animals. Pseudocoelom is seen in nematodes. Okay, so after you go further from there, arthropods, Annelida, they exhibit true coelom. Okay, so they are coelomate animals. And remaining, yeah, when they have a ventral nerve cord, they have a closed circulatory system, like in the example earthworms, and of course, they represent segmented body. All right, let's move on. Question number 20. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? This appeared in 2007. Crocodile, four-chambered heart. Yes, that's correct. Sea urchin, parapodia. No, that's incorrect. Obelia, metagenesis. That's correct. Lemur, hecodont. Oh, yes, that's correct. So 1, 3, and 4 are correct actually. So the answer is D. So lemur is a mammal and has a thecodont type of dentition. Obelia exhibits metagenesis, coelenterate. We have already discussed in the previous lecture, okay, where I have put a diagram of the life cycle of Obelia, so you can please check that out. Sea urchin does not have parapodia, and crocodile has a four-chambered heart. Yeah. All right, let's move on. I think I've answered the question though. Let me go back. Yep. Let's move on. Okay, question number 21. Which one of the following is a matching pair of a body feature and the animal possessing it? This appeared in 2007. A ventral central nervous system leech. Uh, Pharyngeal gill slits absent in embryo. Chameleon. No, that's incorrect. Ventral heart. Scorpion. No, they have a dorsal heart actually. Post-anal tail. Octopus. No, that's incorrect. So it is A. Leech has a ventral central nervous system. It's a non-chordate. Okay, it's a non-chordate. So it has a ventral solid double CNS. Chameleon is a reptile and has pharyngeal gill slits in the developmental stage. Scorpion has a dorsal heart. Okay, and octopus is a non-chordate and does not have a post-anal tail. All right, clear? All right, let's move on. Question number 22. What is common between parrot, platypus, and kangaroo? This appeared in 2007. A. Toothless jaws. B. Functional post-anal tail. C. Ovoparity. And D. Homeothermy. Okay. Toothless jaws. No, that's incorrect. It's not common. Functional post-anal tail. No. Now see, parrot and kangaroo have a functional post-anal tail, but platypus does not have that. So that's an ovoparity is not seen in kangaroos. So that's incorrect. Homeothermy, yes, they are all warm-blooded. So D is the right answer. That's the comment between all three. They are homeotherm, that means they are warm-blooded. Sorry. Sorry for that. Blooded animals. Okay, so yep, this is it. I think I've answered the question. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we've come to the end of this video lecture and hope you've enjoyed today's video lecture, and I hope you've learned something new today. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to MJ NEET Biology, and I'm available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so you can follow me there for more updates, and I'll see you in the next video lecture. All right, bye.